out, ready to get underway with this one. Fierce Esports, we're starting off on the CT side. CEX could be your tease.
Smoke in towards Squeaky Door, as it seems like CX is trying to go for the vent dive. Two players outside as well. May lurk to catch the player. Hype towards Team A, but already finds one.
Hype tends to be a bit of a deviant playing this map as well. He can be very effective at actually moving his way around the map, quite adaptive and normally very useful at finding frags as well. However, there is some resilience coming out of CEX nods. Attempting to battle back. Capers unfortunately misses that shot, but Hype will keep himself alive. He might be low, but he's still fighting his way through. Gets an additional one as well, and it all comes down to Nukdog. The IGL having to try and bail himself out of this one.
Ooh, this exchange here with Fazan was important. Able to get in towards Team Main. Hype is low. Fazan still towards Heaven as well, but from behind is Carcass. 1-0, and Fierce, if they win the Eco as well versus CEX, they're already the same amount of rounds as they did last time when these two teams did meet on Nuke at the beginning of the Premiership. Yeah, it's good you mentioned Hype actually towards A main. Obviously, being the A main player, it feels like that is the most valuable position to play on CT side Nuke. You have the control towards outside where you aid the outside player. You also have heavy control towards the A side as well in terms of denying rushes. And you look very confused.
I wonder what James BT's doing. He's just running backwards and forth in spawn.
And he bought Kevlar as well.
Was he just tilted that he bought Kevlar?
Not sure. I believe he was a bit surprised. Maybe a misspy, maybe accidentally hit a bind or something. But Nukdog getting shots with the Deagle. Goes for another one as well. Onto Capers. Lands that with ease. 3 versus 3 here, Jack. Maybe it's good that James BT did buy Kevlar.
I mean, potentially so. They get another frag into this round? I mean, it could have gone that way. Unfortunately, James BT goes down, so that quickly gets sucked out of existence. It doesn't affect their cash too badly, at least. James BT only on 3.1 there. Could have been way worse.
So, this is going to be the buy coming out from CEX. Obviously, James BT probably going to be on a Galil, or maybe a UMP and utility. Ooh, actually, they've gone for the, I like to call this one the CIS force buy, where one player gets dropped an AK, buys Kevlar, full nades, and they basically work a pick off of that sole AK. Go for contact plays, flash for him, work off of him, and try and trade those kills. We're already through the smoke. LS perished.
They've actually tried to bait someone in there to go for a counter-aggressive play as well. Nukdog was just holding with the AK to see if anyone would actually respond. But this is quite awkward. They're not really having any opportunity to pass that AK back to the next man, as the man in the rear is going to be Capers instead. He looks to put them all to bed. He's got 4 by 3. Oh, snods.
Ooh, this is winnable here, maybe. Bomb is down towards Radio. As a smoke as well. That will actually block off the vision of both the remaining players here from Fierce, Emin and Carcass. Everybody knows one is towards ramp. The issue is the second player on Carcass pushing the smoke. Here's the steps going in towards Hut. The bomb should be planted here.
This could be a big round for Nukdog. If there's ever a person you want alive in a clutch AK situation on the side of CEX, he is definitely one of the main contenders. He can be a bit of a speed demon when it comes down to hitting those reaction shots. He's got 45 seconds to play with. Unfortunately, just as he turns his back, the AWP will be able to decimate him. Carcass will land the shot. And that is the 3rd round picked up for Fierce. Off to a good start on the CT side.
Now the buy. Issue there obviously for CEX. Nukdog finds 3 kills, but far too late into the round. Push in towards ramp, catching CEX off guard. Now they have the 5 AK bar here, Jack. Nukdog doesn't have the cash to invest into utility as well, but it's going to be Rescue to spam the door. Nukdog comes charging and barreling in towards Secret. The smokes will shroud his position as they manage to cross, but Capers has heard all of the thundering footsteps down the Secret stairs. Where are the rotations going to be?
It's pretty cheeky as well from Capers. Normally when you have people play aggressive towards outside, they don't tend to sit behind that box anymore and try and do what he's doing. But he can actually cut off the rotation. Well, he could have done Snods, but he's dead.
Nice try. Obviously, Rezu was in towards Squeaky, holding towards main for that rotation. Carcass now towards ramp. 4 versus 5 as the bomb is planted. This next kill is pivotal. Otherwise, if you're Fierce, you may as well save this one. The B site is so hard to retake if the T's have a good afterplant, which they do. The bomb is in open for LS. And now as well, as Hype goes down, I think this has to be a safe hit, Jack. They're just giving away free cash, free real estate.
Yeah. Seems like it. I mean, the aggression's coming back through. Fazan's been able to just pick up a free K in a matter of seconds. And they've slaughtered them. They don't really have too much time. They've only got 1 kit in play. The rest of them are in good angles to support each other. It might be a little bit of an awkward spam coming out, but they will win the round.
Definitely closer than anticipated. but a 5 versus 3 towards the B site, and they still went for that.
Bear in mind as well, Nuke got 8 frags, and the second closest there is 2 on Rezu at the minute. He was getting some tasty shots off in the opening eco rounds. Maybe that's built his confidence, Noz.
Confidence is Counter-Strike. Round number 5. 3-1. Fierce then. 3 pistols, 1 FAMAS, and an AUG for Carcass. No defuse kits here as well, so in the afterplant, Fierce is going to have to be extremely quick. No good here. As you said, the confidence to go for the peek in towards outside. But it's met by the bullet to the cranium by Nukdog. Sorry, 2 Nukdog by Capers. So 5 versus 4 here, Jack. 1 minute 20 left on the clock, as it seems like CeX is going to go for the slow play towards outside. I'm losing my mind. And maybe Fierce are losing this one too when you take a look at the buy they have.
Well, they're going for the slow play. Looks like they might potentially try and creep down secret. If they do, they will be greeted by a man waiting, just lying there with the CZ, ready to equip himself and take down anyone that comes close. Capers, nice slide out with the Deagle, lands the first, right between the eyes of Murky, gets the spam down on the second as well, and this puts Fierce into a tremendous position, Snods. They're outnumbering their opposition 2-1. James BT will trade it back on Hype, but Fazan, Death from above comes through with a FAMAS. They did actually walk down secret as well into the waiting jaws of Emin. That CZ strikes you so close, it's hard really to get away from it. And they lose that round. That's a pretty awful reset to walk straight into.
All off the back of the Deagle from Capers, and if it's CEX as well, it's a tough one to lose because in theory, if you do send the AK towards Silo to peek in towards outside, spot the cross to red container, spot the cross and the peek in towards credit card as well, you can't say they made the poor decision there. But shots were landed by Capers, and that's all that matters, as now they're burning alive in the Molotov behind the red container. Capers going for more as well, as this time the opposition are on eco.
Look how low they are though. Everyone is so tagged up. Hype's close by as well. If Hype actually chucked out this extra HG here, he could blow everyone to bits instead. Does it the old-fashioned way, just mows them down with the M4. Emin, he can just sit here and wait for the targets to walk straight into his waiting arms. The pre-fire comes through. Easy 2K picked up by Emin, and they will close out that round. That was great offensive utility to open that one up. That was a ton of damage done.
So, do CeX go for the buy into round number 7? No, they won't. Conceding another one here. Fierce looking far better than they did last time around. And this is bad news for CEX, as I think we mentioned, if they lose this map on Nuke, it starts to really remove the chances they have of making it 2-man chest up. To smoke the utility once again here, Jack. So strong. Carcass will go down. 5 versus 4, but the damage with the utility may just be enough.
Carcass uses that AUG a little bit wildly.
Like an M4.
Yeah, he kind of just sort of spams with it and pulls straight down. Pipe stuck to the ladder, now left there permanently. That's where his corpse will remain for the rest of this one. Emin peeks out on ramp, gets the information that he needs, goes for the secondary phase as well, and leaves LS limping out of there with just 24 health remaining. They're using a little bit of that utility to get the smoke off. Capers doesn't give a damn, apparently just charges bounding in towards the site. He's already found himself a double kill. The triple. James BT is the only remaining man. It won't matter though, Fazan runs straight towards him. The defuse is going to come out, and even when it looks like Fierce might start to lose it, they get a firm grasp back into the round. And say what you will, Capers has actually had a pretty darn good season, Nods, especially on Nuke. This has been the map where I feel like he's actually had some of his best games so far.
Yeah, right now he is the king and CeX are the jesters. Where were these moves at Pop World?
Grinding those wins.
Grinding the rounds out and scoring the kills.
Oh, Capers! You talk about him and he just carries on performing. That's a sublime way to open up the round. Just give a Nuke Dog a free haircut, and damn does he need.
He could do with one, yeah. 3 versus 5 now as aggression in towards Radio Room from Emin. Catches Rezu off guard. As now we see Fierce Esports once again with an advantageous position. Hype trying his best impression of Forsaken. There's Emin again. All these players is dropping one by one, and my goodness, Cape is... I'm not sure that through the smoke may have landed, but Cape is looking extremely strong today.
Yeah. He's actually been looking really confident on Nuke. It feels like this is one of the maps where he sort of does live his movie a little bit. He'll play quite aggressive. And it's more interesting as well because you put him in such a position where he has to perform, right? You think about the outside player when you're sitting there towards Garage, the amount of map control relies so heavily on you. How quickly you can let things get out of hand if you're allowing them to get secret control. You're letting them into main. You're not putting up a fight, right? Consistently finding those early frags as well, it puts the fear into you because you don't want to go for that wide swing outside. You don't want to try and go for the smoke execute because you know Capers is just going to kill at least 2 people each time, right? So he's slowing down that control. He's restricting what CeX are going to be able to do.
Scary part here for CeX is, of course, the fact that they're able to get towards the B site time and time again. We've seen 3 instances now where they have got the bomb planted towards B. Fierce Esports and the retake have been too much to handle. Smokes towards outside when the players coming in towards lobby. This could be a burst towards the A site. As you go for the spam as well. Hype. Smoking the door, interesting. Fazan as well, a very good position. Don't think CeX is going to be molotoving above hut as well, so that may be catching CeX off guard. But in the meantime, Jack, I was going to say Nuke Dog made his way down the secret steps, but Carcass was ready for it. And now grouped outside lobby, grouped outside ramp. CeX Esports have to recalibrate themselves.
Razu smokes towards main. They're going to be entering their way towards the site. Surely Fazan should get the double kill there. Both men eliminating the spray down. Murky and LS quickly put to bed here towards the A site. The smokes might be down, restricting the CTs from re-entering the site for the meantime, but it won't last long. Cape is in the elevated angle as well. There's still 50 seconds on the clock. Rezu will find an additional frag. Carcass burns Rezu though. He's walked into the Molotov snods, and it's all down to one man. Capers trying to bait out James BT. Goes for the jump face. It's a 2 versus 1. They know his location. He's paranoid as well. Going to try and sit, play around the smoke. He's so exposed. You can see the paranoia there. James BT couldn't play his own round. Trying to play not to lose rather than play to win. Emin. A bit of a roughhousing against Capers.
Yeah, Rezu going down there as well in the 2 versus 3. Not the first time he's walked in on Molly, but 8-1 now. Round number 2.
My goodness. My goodness. I can't believe you said that.
That was so good, but I feel so bad. Oh,
wow. It took me a sec to realise what you said, and I was just like, no, all right, we've gone there, have we?
Oh dear. 8-1. 5 versus 4 here towards outside as Fierce still at the 7-round advantage here. Hype with the elevated angle. He says, I have the high ground, Anakin, as he smites them down. 2 versus 5. Still speechless.
Shocked. Absolutely ridiculous. I suppose you would be. Nuke Dog left now on a 1 versus 3. Minute and 20 seconds left on the clock. Always seems to be Nuke Dog alive in these situations. Capers, unfortunately, gets taken down. You feed him with the confidence. Well, at least he will be punished in the end. Oh no. Emin just inspecting his body there.
No BM. Got to respect
no
that.
BM.
Do you see Flusher yesterday?
I still remember during Pro League how every time Flusher or Crims would kill Smoothie.
Happy as well.
Or yeah, whenever they would see Smoothie's body, at the end of the round they would run to it and knife it and shoot all their ammo into it every single time. Only Smoothie.
Chip Butty as they call him. Execution now, pop. Outside squeaky maybe. Let's see where this one goes. This could be a vent drop as well. Hype ready for it. Flash has come through, but obviously it's been heard. In the smoke, bit of a kerfuffle there. Hype. Ooh, he can't really drop down now as it's shown his position, but they are towards B.
Yeah, it's always really awkward when you see that instant chase from the CTs. You normally get stuck on the ladder. All they've got to do is turn around. They'll find that frag. Ooh, Rezu is trying to go for the backstab. He's been cut off completely. He might have actually been able to isolate him there if he was a little bit quicker, but everyone is being put down. LS, the remaining man. It's a 1 versus 5. A horrible position to be in. The bomb might be down, but he's been pushed from all sides. Carcass doesn't fully clear the angle. Gifts him an AWP at the very least. It's a consolation prize if he wants to try and exit with it. Getting back in there to deny the defuse is very unlikely. We'll just sprint away. At least he gets a free AWP out of this round.
Defused.
Capers goes down as well.
Yeah, unfortunately, not really too much to celebrate though. 10-1, double digits here for Fierce. And we're only 11 rounds played.
They're halfway there. If they get one more round, you know, that's a 16-2 again.
But Fierce won. Did Fierce win or lose?
They won 16-2.
Of course. I got it wrong, didn't I? I thought CX won, but actually CX lost. But yeah, you're right. Obviously, for Fierce, you mentioned how good their CT sides are. It seems like they're reliving that now.
Because that's the interesting part, is genuinely, for the most part, it seems to be Hype that was always the impact player on their CT side, but everyone's actually stepping up. Emmen's having a great game here as well. Hype! Oh, 2 men in the vent, sandwiched next to each other. Very awkward stuff. Get out of my personal space.
I have actually shared a hotel room with Hype, so I have shared personal space with him.
Was that in Ufrag?
It was indeed.
Wow. Did Hype defuse?
He did wake up.
Good. James BT trying to make a play there with the AK towards window, doesn't work well. However, something that's always so crisp. You can see it, that scream-like aim. He locks on, he only goes for the heads. That's why he cares so much about his hair. It's all about the headshots.
Ooh. And then there with the shot down onto Nuke Dog. 1 versus 2, they know exactly where Murky is. The cross. Capers is on fire. CX Esports are terrified. CX had the money to buy their way into this round as well, but as you said, it may be deja vu to the last time they met on Nuke.
Again as well, imagine if the 2 times you've lost to Fierce Esports online are both on Nuke when it is your preferred map pick because you didn't put a veto in.
Crazy.
Would be absolute scenes, wouldn't it? Let that one be a trailblazer.
Once again, though, aggression towards ramp here as Emmen gets the drop on 2 of them, tags them down, and this is what's important. The grouped play style as... I'm sorry? 2 versus 3 all of a sudden, as it was looking so good for CEX, but Murky brings it back after smiting down one of his own teammates. 2 versus 2.
Flick of the wrist, a redemption story for Murky. However, it looks like that arc has ended pretty quickly, and they've all gone down. Another round secured, 12-1, Fierce Esports. They want to put us ahead of schedule to start off week 5, Snods, it seems.
12-1, round number 14. Penultimate. Your hands are off-putting here, Jack. What's going on? I can see you looking so intently into the screen.
Here's the problem, right? You've used 1 pause on CX. Surely you get to a point where it's like, look, it's not working. 12-1 down. We've got him for 1 pause. Like, where's that second pause? Go for a pause of somewhat. You've got 4. Use 2.5. If you want to try and win this, so at some point, you just feel like the team must just buckle under the pressure as well. If you play Nuke again, this is literally the repeat of what happened last time. And I'll tell you what, the last time we saw them as well, they struggled majorly on their CT side, Snod, so... I'm
not sure what's scarier, the fact that CX are 12-1 down, or the fact that this is their first map choice.
This is their preferred pick.
Yeah,
like this, yeah.
Imagine the scenes. 4 versus 3, but once again, the bomb is down towards B. Surely they can't lose the retake for a 5th time, Jack. Let's see, time will tell.
I bet they can.
I bet they might. Odds on?
Odds on, let's get it. All right, as the push comes through, James BT is trying to clear 2 angles at once, but Hype walks in chucking out a Molotov, gets put down, set up on a date with a coronet to pay for it. Carcass finds the flick up as well, and it's all on 1 man. Young Murky trying to stay hidden, slithers his way back around, starts full HP versus the 19 health that's on Carcass. He has no time! Murky's mouse! He's got some dust on a sensor. What was that?
8 sensitivity. Colorized, 1964.
My goodness. What's he done there? His mouse has done the full 360. He's either flicked too quick, smashed into the side of his keyboard, or he's just lost his mind.
Yeah, I think it's a little panic there. 13-1. Final round to the half. This seems like a quick one to put us back on schedule, Jack. That's what we want.
Not only does he break his thumb, broke his wrist. Ooh, they go for the main burst straight off the bat. They've been able to get the outside control. They're actually in, it looks like, up towards the A site. Rezu finds his way through immediately. Nuke Dog's been able to eliminate one man. That's Fazan down and out. Cape is still towards outside. He's being a nuisance. He's nibbling away at them, Snods. We fall back into the 4 versus 4 here. It was a very fast burst. Secured up a lot of time. Bomb went down with 1:15 still on the clock. There is actually a bit of retake utility left for the CT side, and I was going to say they've lost some of the manpower. However, that just isn't going down like that. They are left in a bit of a predicament, though. It's a 3 versus 3 with very low HP on the 2 remaining players now from the side of Fierce, but Capiz picks up the frag on Nuke Dog. He's been sent back to the pound, and it's all on LS. And a 1 versus 2, the peak comes out! He loses it, Snods throws it away. Would have taken 1 shot there.
4 versus 3 in that retake. Smoke off towards A main. Dinks as well going through onto the players from Fierce. They're on 11 HP and 19, yet they still win the round. I don't think we're going to be seeing CEX in Manchester.
It looks like, yeah, it seems like it's over for CEX already, but that's, bear in mind as well, that whole round, right? That was 3 kills on Nuke Dog. That was it. No one else picked up a kill.
Yep.
It's pretty ridiculous right now. Yeah, it's a shame to see it because here's the awkward part as well, right? The last time these two teams faced off, when we saw them on Nuke, the only rounds they won when they came into it was a 5k from ZNX and a 4k from Nuke Dog. There's no ZNX anymore. Nuke Dog might be performing, but if everyone else is being put to bed, what are you going to do?
Tuck him in.
Yep. Kiss him. Good night.
Read him a bedtime story.
No, read him a manga.
To be fair, Nuke Dog and ZNX do look like the kind of people that would be reading manga.
Yeah, probably.
Nothing wrong with that.
Fazan's had enough. No.
Fazan thinks, why am I here? I've already won.
Let's put it in the oven on, boys. I'm hungry.
And so is Carcass for kills as he is pushing towards ramp, gets spotted out. Fierce take the pistol. I think we're in for a very, very swift first map as push comes in. Emma with the first frag. Ooh, did need a dink as well onto Murky as he has got the defuse kit. Capers with the PT50, so confident as he was performing so well in the first half, but he will go down eventually. Hype in towards the B site. Spots another player as well. Precision with the Glock is now into a 2 versus 4 and Rezu is low HP. Oh dear.
Murky walks straight into the waiting arms. That's another frag found as well for Emin. And at this point, it's literally just a matter of time. They are teetering on the edge of losing this and pretty much solidifying themselves as being out of the runnings. That is really it for CEX. This was do or die in every game going forth, and it looks like they might have just chosen die, Snods.
Mac 10 for Capers and for Zan. It's maybe a fast final round. As Capers comes in. Oh, it's actually for Zan to do the charge this time. Charging in towards the A site. And there, just like that, Jack, game 1 is over. My goodness. 17 rounds.
Oh! Nuke Dog. It might be very efficient, but it seems like it is over exactly right. I think they actually left as well. They didn't even get the final kill. He just left. Wow. I haven't seen that from that endpoint game where they were able to, they left, then won, and then it went at the FUMF overtime.
Oh my
Remember that?
On train, right?
Yeah.
CEX.
But that was a very long game, whereas this is one of the quickest.
The opposite.
I mean, it's 7:30, so...
Actually, the pre-game was longer.
Yeah,
that
was like
itself.
a, what,
oh my goodness,
25-minute game?
Yeah, my Twitter's going off, mate.
I'm not surprised.
I'm not surprised either.
You said some spicy things.
Pure fire is what I spit.
Yeah. Reference game on point.
Incredibly on point.
Sick burns, I guess. I mean, I don't know.
It's all in good fun. Though. Nothing personal.
You deal with that one. Yeah. You'll take on Rezu at LAN.
Getting banged out, obviously.
Yeah. Come to the big man, have you?
Oh no, I was going to say that. Obviously, they have to qualify first, but again, I can't.
Dig that deeper hole.
No, obviously, nothing personal.
Or just friendly banter. Here on the
Premiership.
ESL Prem. The No Premiership Club.
Shout out to me the past 4 weeks.
Well, let's have a look at the highlights from that matchup. As it's mostly just going to be Fierce laying the smackdown. Apart from Nuke Dog, of course, the one man, the shining light for CEX that unfortunately seems to have gone out at some point during that map of Nuke. It was a very fast affair. We'll leave it with these replays, though, to reminisce back on this ridiculously paced game. We're back in with map 2, well, game 2, after the break.